Uh, in the aftermath of Chris's passing, there was lots of teammates of Chris from his time at Falkirk, time at Queen of the South, Clyde, everything. They were all arriving at the house to come and see us and pay their respects. And we were asking them, like, how did this happen? I mean, what support is there for you within football if you're suffering from poor mental health? And they said, well, nothing that we're aware of really was the general answers that we got. They wouldn't know what to do if they were in Christopher's situation, and we, as a family, felt that that was not acceptable, and we wanted to do our bit as a legacy to Chris to try and change that at least and raise the profile to a national level of mental health within football, and that it wasn't something that players should be ashamed of, that it wasn't something that they should try and hide in order to protect their careers. So we set up the Chris Mitchell Foundation, and our strategic plan at the start was quite wide ranging. We are about to sort of update that and scale it down and narrow it down, because in the last 3 years we've sort of learned where we want to focus our efforts. So in the last 3 years, we have focused on mental health awareness training, because what we felt was that if there was people within clubs that might have spotted the signs and symptoms of poor mental health that Christopher was displaying, which were well hidden. At what he wasn't someone that displayed his distress quite openly. He hid it very, very well. But there was, now that we have done the training ourselves, we can reflect back on and see that there was subtle signs and symptoms that possibly someone who has been educated in those would have picked up on and could have maybe opened a conversation with him, um, made him feel at ease, made him feel that he was being listened to, and been a bridge to appropriate professional help for him, and put him in touch with people that could have really helped him earlier on in his illness, because that did happen with Christopher. We as a family managed to get him professional help, but we believe it was far too late at that point. So that's what we have been investing. All the main funds that we've received so far have been invested in is funding mental health awareness training. We work in partnership with the SPFL Trust and Mark Fleming, who is the head of sports chaplaincy within Scottish football. And he is also the managing director of Positive Mental Health Scotland, and he is the trainer that delivers the mental health awareness training. So it's a 2-day accredited course, and we offer it to anyone that's connected to a football club in Scotland, at any level, whether it be the community arm of a football club, grassroots football, professional football, any level of football. And they can come along, take part in this 2-day course, and then take those skills back to their workplace, but also back to their own home, their own private lives as well, and their own communities as well, those skills. And we feel that's like almost turning it around 180 degrees, because the onus is always seems to be on the person that's suffering to ask for help. Whereas if you have people in that setting that are trained to spot those signs and symptoms, they can approach people in the correct manner, ask the right questions, listen properly to what these people have to say, and then help direct them to get the help that they need. So they can initiate that conversation that maybe someone just feels that they can't do themselves, or would maybe be hoping someone could ask them that question, but no one ever does. So that's what we've been working on mainly for the last 3 years, and it's been hugely successful. We're pleased to say it's well over 500 people now that we've trained throughout Scottish football. And as I say, that's grassroots football right up to the women's and men's professional leagues as well. We've also started, and there will be a campaign about this shortly, putting a grant towards one-to-one mental health coaching for people that find themselves in a crisis situation, if you like, and it helps them develop skills to cope with their day-to-day lives, and how to deal with situations that they find themselves in that they haven't been able to cope in before. So that is something else that we are funding at the moment.
And as I say, there will be a campaign about that shortly as well.
In Christopher's case, he had quite a lot of injuries. He had quite a bad injury history throughout his career, even from his time at Falkirk. His worst injury that ended his career came at his time in Queen of the South with his back injury. And he just never really fully recovered from that. And I think clubs need to be aware of the players that are injured, that they are quite susceptible to dips in their mood and lows because of the fact, they're concerned, are they going to lose their place in the team? Will they actually make a full recovery from the injury that they have? Will they end their career? Will they get their contract renewed? There's all these concerns and anxieties for them as they're going through the rehab, and clubs, I think, maybe need to show a bit more support for these players, and consideration to how they might be feeling and the anxiety that they are going through during their rehab. So, because we certainly know that Christopher suffered when he was going through his back injury and trying to come back from that. He had a long period of rehab from that, and the concerns for him, both from a football perspective, but also financially, would he get his contract renewed? Would he be secure financially for all the commitments that he had? I mean, he had a house, he had a car, he had all these sort of financial commitments, and that was a worry for him as well. So I think clubs need to be show a bit more cognizance of that as well. At the moment, we are about £1,000 a course to deliver, and that delivers to 16 people. So, and that is through Zoom at the moment, obviously because of the ongoing COVID pandemic. But we do hope to get back to face-to-face delivery again, because it is always best. I think that's the best environment to deliver this training in, is face-to-face, but we have to be mindful of what's going on in the world at the moment. But hopefully that we can continue at £1,000, roughly about £1,000 a course, give or take travelling expenses for our trainer.
Well, I think, Laura, I think that really covers most of it, unless there's anything else you would like to add about it.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to the Crunchy Initiative and the fans and everything for their loyal support over the years. They have been very loyal to the foundation. We've had every year, Falkirk Football Club have been very good to us and allowed us to do a bucket collection and have a Chris Mitchell Foundation Awareness Day, usually just in between Christmas and New Year's, roughly when we do it, or in January time. And we've had phenomenal donations from the fans, but their support as well of the foundation and helping keeping Chris's memory alive is a lovely feeling for the family as well. So it's good to know that he's still remembered by the fans of the club and that they support the legacy that is being carried on in his name.
Absolutely. Well, Laura, thanks very much for taking the time to speak to us, and again, good luck with everything that you're doing, and it's a fantastic cause, and hopefully it'll help other people in Chris's situations, and
yeah, we certainly hope so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Behind every tragic suicide there is a family as well, so it's tragic for that person who suffered and felt that was their only way out, but there's a family there too.